Welcome to Community Converge, the key point where community meets marketing, product innovation, and business strategy, supported by led by community. I'm your host, Akash Agrawal. In this show, I unearth the dynamic world of communities and their profound impact on business and growth. Stay tuned to understand how you can direct your community to provide business growth. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce our next speaker, currently working with Motilal Oswal as community and business strategist. Please welcome Anuj Sharma.
Hey, hi Akash. Thanks for the invitation. I hope I can share some important stuff here so that people can learn and grow. And as we say in community, it's all about people, right? This is hope I do my best. Right?
Thank you, Anuj. Thank you for joining us. Well, Anuj, I would love to just dive right in and get your insights on the importance of community advocates in shaping brand perception, influencing purchasing decisions, and driving word of mouth marketing efforts with practical tips for identifying and empowering advocates. So let's begin with who are community advocates and how do they differ from traditional brand ambassadors.
Uh, you can think of it in such a way that community advocates are the people who love our brand, right? The reason they are talking about a brand and helping us in many ways because they love our service or they are loyal to us. I'll give an example at the end. And brand ambassadors or the people who promote a specific brand under a category of ambassadors are the paid people. Like the reason they do the promotion is they're getting money out of it. If I give you a very quick example, Virat and Anushka, they are brand ambassadors of Puma, I guess, right? And on the other hand, if I give you a quick example of community advocates, Lego is the Lego brand, the toy, right? Everybody knows about it. There are so many sub communities around the world. There are so many different companies using Lego building blocks as their main product. They're promoting Lego, the ecosystem, setting up more rules, how to use, creating so many unique things. And Lego is not asking them to do it. They're doing it on their own because they love Legos. So I guess this is a very basic example and probably the main differentiation. Key brand advocates are the people who love our brand. That's why they are indirectly working for us and we are not paying them. We are appreciating their efforts. On the other hand, brand ambassadors are paid marketers for us. The whole relationship between brand ambassadors and the brand is of monetary benefits. We'll pay, you'll drive business for us, you'll promote a brand, we'll generate sales out of it, or branding out of it. Any kind of KPI could be there. So I guess this is the differentiation, for people to understand.
So that's a great, brand example that you picked. Lego has actually built and grown, exponentially over their community and their ambassadors. So yeah, that's a great example and perfect answer, I would say. So moving on to our next question, how can businesses identify and nurture potential community advocates within their online communities?
So this can be a bit tricky because even I have few brand advocates in my community at Motilal Oswal, Stockholm, and it's very hard to identify these people sometimes. At least for me at my current organization, it was pretty tricky, but in a previous organization, it was. The best thing is you can monitor the engagement. If it's a closed community, the way the people are responding to queries, the way they are engaging. Sometimes there are some chaos makers in the community, right? Do you need to tackle them on their own, or people are tackling them ki, hey, this is wrong what you're doing, you should not do this, these are the guidelines, or probably they're answering brand questions on our behalf. That is the very first way to find these people who are taking and supporting our brand, irrespective of whether we are mentioning them or not, we are giving them the level or the stage or not. So that's one way of identifying these people. Second, who without asking for feedbacks, probably give us suggestions, feedback on how to improve and keeps on with us since the start of the community. I started my Stockholm community at Motilal Oswal roughly a year back. Right now we are strong 72,000 members. And I can list down people who have been part of Stockholm since day one and they're engaging with us in different sessions, different discussions, forums and contents which we have done. So I guess these are 2 to 3 ways, the way which we can identify these people. And also probably you can run some kind of campaigns within the community itself, saying the people, or the group of people who engages with us a lot in the next few days, or who helps other people solve their queries, could get some extra points, so you will get to know. I know the point is one of the hooks here, or the leaderboard could be the hook here, but this is how I identify usually the advocates. And the last but not the least, the social media, right? How many people are talking about your community, about your brand on social media, uh, giving positive feedback and giving negative feedback when you need one to improve your service. So I guess social media comes last for me because I am a community oriented person, right? Community itself has a lot of things we need to manage, so for me that comes on the priority table.
Definitely, definitely. So, from your answer, I gather that the people who are coming forward in the community, who are taking initiatives on their own without without any expecting any benefits, exceptional benefits from the community team or the brand team, those are your potential advocates, right?
Correct. Correct, exactly.
Right. So, moving on to our next questions, how can businesses empower these community advocates and amplify their voice?
So I really love this question because I have used advocates pretty good in one of my previous organizations, and we are doing it right now. Right, I used to work for a brand for a startup called Savo Labs. So we had a group of around 7,000 community members on Discord at that point, and the people who used to engage with our own SDKs APIs. So we identified around 40 50 community advocates within our ecosystem, and they helped us in document verifications, the technical document verification. They helped us doing our testing. They gave product feedback, and in fact our community, not just these 70 people, but the entire community, and which was being moderated by these 70 people and me at that point. We created a feedback funnel for both community and the brand. When I say brand, I'm talking in terms of tech as well as marketing, and their feedback were actually implemented in the existing roadmap on both the aspects, marketing, branding, as well as tech. And according to the feedback, the roadmap was made, and then we used to share updates that Akash Agrawal gave this suggestion, and we implemented it. This is the returns which we are getting. This has solved this issue or something like that. We used to have a panel discussion every month where we used to share number of feedback received from the community, number of feedback incorporated, and out of which कौन सा कब तक होगा. So we used to have a pretty good, feedback cycle used by a brand at that point. If I talk in my current community at Stockholm at Motilal Oswal, the first thing is, whenever we need to do some kind of testing, whenever we are launching something and we want to do a pilot, so we have a go-to people in the community itself. It's not about the kind of business these guys are bringing in for us. Motilal Oswal is a broker company, right? At the end, everything is about money, right? Even it's a knowledge
Man,
first company. We appreciate knowledge being knowledge first, and we are working hard on that. But at the end, it's all money. So irrespective of the money these guys are generating, whenever we need to do a pilot, I know that these are the set of people I need to go to do any kind of pilot. So we did this pilot roughly around 10 months back. It was, well, I can't share the details. It was in collaboration with an AI company in US, and we had to give them some kind of access, and they had to use that to trade with us. And depending upon that, we were going to take a decision whether we are going to go a fully fledged partnership with that company and incorporate that into our Motilal Oswal services. And we did the pilot of around with 500 community members, the active ones, and around the active ratio was 75%. So that is
that's
pretty
great.
high in an online engagement. That's really high, right? So that is one way. Whenever you need to launch something, and before launching it out in public, you need to do a testing. You need to do, you need to take a live experience feedback. So community advocates are the go-to people. Second is these people help us in branding. When my community was launched publicly, that you don't need Motilal Oswal Demat account to join in. You can join directly. Without me saying anything, I just mentioned in one of our sessions that we had around 1,500 people that our community is open. You can share with your friends and family. And I shared a UTM link. I can track. Within 2 days, I had around 2,000 people join in my community within a day. So,
Yeah, that,
the word of mouth which we were talking about at the start of the session, that is really appreciated. Look, you don't need to put in an effort, you just need to say, ki, hey, we are doing this. But yes, you need to have a appreciation cycle and, you need to show them that you're giving the benefits also at the same time. Then only they'll, work, I won't say for you, but for the brand. So I guess these are some ways how brands can, utilize them. And we are planning something, offline series kind of thing. So if we are doing that meetup series, probably when we are going to a specific city, if we go to a specific city, very long term conversation, we'll cater these guys. We'll do a recognition kind of thing. Hey, we have Akash with us, who is one of our prominent members and active members of our community, who helped us set up the entire thing in the city's meetup. We are gonna utilize the community till the end and in every engagement. So there are many ways. I've mentioned around three, four in this podcast series. I know we are in crunch of time, so I'm trying to keep it very short so that I can share, but at the same time watch out for the time as well. So I hope this answers your question on how brand can use. And then there are some traditional things, the social media marketing, mentioning, and the feedback, the public feedback, Google's App Store and Play Store. So yeah, that's something everybody knows. I'm not mentioning that, but I'm mentioning the things that people don't know.
great. Thank you, Anuj, for that elaborate answer, yet keeping it concise. Keeping our hard time in mind. So to summarize what you just said, like the brands have to be keep it very transparent with their community members. Keep the feedback chain continuous,
Hmm.
and keep appreciating their work, their inputs, and keep striving together. Right?
And when we create, just to add on, when we're creating a feedback cycle, or a product feedback cycle, or a community feedback cycle, or service feed, any kind of feedback funnel, or any kind of funnel you're creating, you need to be very transparent on who gave that suggestion, and you implemented, and what's the ROI of it. It could be anything, helped us in streaming, or it helped us in business, and you need to mention that publicly also, like we used to do in Savolas. We recently started doing at Motilal Oswal, that we receive this feedback from these people, and now we are engaging on those terms. In fact, Motilal Oswal's community, Stockholm's content and engagement calendar, 50 to 60% of calendar is based on the feedback we get from these people, our advocates, in live sessions on Stockholm. Yes, from day 1 to day 20 of the month, we cater to all the feedbacks. We take a note, keep, hey guys, please share your feedback. Please share the list of sessions you want. Please share us what do you want from us. Do you need any kind of engagement videos? And then we have 10 days of the last 10 days of the month to create a calendar, plan everything. And on the basis of that, we implement it. Right now, I don't think I can show it to, but if you go and see on Stockholm, few days back, you can see a lot of comments. Hey, Aniket and Mr. Stockholm. So technically, I am Mr. Stockholm because I used the ID name Mr. Stockholm. Thanks for organizing the session which I was requesting for a long time. Please take care of this session as well in the next month. So people appreciate when we do stuff what they are, suggesting us. So we need to keep that transparent. That will have a very high impact, and also show the new members that these people are not doing what they want, but they are doing actually what we need. So that has a very high impact in terms of engagement, and keeping our DAUs, MAUs pretty high. For the people who don't
Great.
know, DAUs are daily active users and MAUs are monthly active users.
Thank you for that clarification. I was gonna ask you to clarify for our audience, but seeing as our audience are mostly founders, community builders, and leadership people, I think they'll get it. So
Well, just in case.
just to put it in two words to all have just said, visible acknowledgement, right?
Correct.
So yeah. So with that, I'll just give you one last question that I have been asking every guest here. what would you say to a founder starting a new community?
That's a pretty tricky question, being honest. I'll say don't start a community on the get go. You just thought कि हमें community करनी है and you just like hired a community manager like कि चलो community बनाओ. First figure out what you want out of the community. Right? Discuss with people. Do user research calls. User research calls play a very important factor. In fact, when I was hired at Motilal Oswal, I was said कि Anuj, you are hired, you have budget, you have a team, build a community, you have 6 months to launch it and do all the technical integrations and everything. मैं बोला कि sure. And after 1 month, when they asked what's the update or the structure of the community, I said I just need 2 more weeks. And meanwhile, my team, the team which interacts with the customers, they were doing the user research calls for me. When they engage with a client, I just gave them a quick 5 MCQ based questions. Do you like this? Would you like to do this? What do you want from us? On the basis of that, my community structure was defined. The engagement was defined. So now my community was built in such a way it caters to the requirement of the brand as well as what the members need. When these two things are on the table, your engagement, acquisition, and retention, all the three aspects would be sorted. I've seen many founders, just start a community because it's a pretty popular term nowadays, and everybody's starting a community, and they don't know how community functions. I would suggest talk to a community person like Akash just to get the gist of it, what exactly community is. Go to some consultants, probably brainstorm with them because I've seen a lot of communities shutting down because the senior management don't know how community works, and after 3 months into the play, they're like, "What's the ROI? Give me business out of it." No, if you need business out of it, you need to give community some time to build and grow to create the trust with the members, and also at the same time, you need to give clarity to the community manager what kind of ROI needs to be expected. If it's a business expectation, then you need to give it budget also. A lot of time founders and senior managers don't give budget to the community managers, and that becomes a very big problem. So if you want a community, be clear what exactly you want out of it and give budget. That would be my final statement for the founders here. No, I guess I should say that thanks for the invitation, and I'm really happy that we have something into the ecosystem which connects everything, the business, marketing, product to the community, and it is helping people understand why and how a community can help your brand. I feel if this series goes to people who want to start a community, it would give them more clarity, because I did visit your previous podcast. I guess I saw 2 episodes and they were pretty unique. It gives the business owners clarity that what kind of community they should go for. So I guess it's an honor for me to be here.
Thank you, Anuj. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to pick a topic and want an expert view on it, drop it in the comments. And if you need help with your community, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. This is Community Converge. I am Akash Agrawal. Until next time, cheers.